Good afternoon, my dear students. How have you been? Today we have a grammar lesson. Our lesson is about subjects and predicates. Do you remember last week when we talked about subjects? So the subject is what the sentence is about. The predicate is what about the subject, what the subject is, or what the subject does. So we said that the sentence should have two parts. The first part is the subject and the second part is the predicate. Let's revise the meaning of the subject in the beginning. So the subject is what the sentence is about or whom the sentence is about. The predicate, what about the subject? So the complete predicate includes the verb and all the words that tell what the subject is or what the subject does. For example, if we say energy is needed for work, the sentence is about energy. So the subject is energy is needed for work. This is the predicate. If we say the good students finish their homework on time, the good students is the subject. Finish their homework on time is the predicate. So don't forget all the words that state the action and condition of the subject. They tell us something about the subject. So let's look at here the subject, who or what the sentence is about, the predicate, what the subject is, has or does. The alligator eats cookies and milk. Whose the sentence is about? It's about the alligator. So the alligator is the subject. What about the alligator? He eats cookies and milk. So eats cookies and milk is the predicate. The predicate should have a verb. So again, here we have the kids are eating lunch. Whose the sentence is about? It's about the kids. So the kids is the subject. Are eating lunch is the predicate. So the sentence have two parts. The first part, the subject, it's a noun or a pronoun. It's answers of who or what. The predicate should have or should include a verb. It answers what about it. So what is the predicate? The predicate is the action of the sentence. It must include a verb. It also includes, describes, or the action. For example, adverbs, prepositional phrases. It includes all the words that are not part of the subject. So in the beginning, or we should find the subject, then the predicate. All the other words will be the predicate. The sentence is like a wheel or a bike, sorry. It has two wheels. The first wheel is the subject and the second wheel is the predicate. So look at here. The little boy likes to eat cookies. We took these examples last week, but we were talking about the complete subject. Do you remember? So this week, we're going to talk about the complete subject and the complete predicate. And let's revise what's the meaning of the compound subject. The compound subject has the word and. For example, if we say Dad and I, if we say, for example, Khalid and Sarah, if we have the word and in the subject, it is a compound subject. The same thing here for the predicate. If we have the word and in the predicate, that means it's a compound predicate. So if we have this sentence, the little, or we have, not if we have this sentence, the little boy likes to eat cookies. Whose the sentence is about? It's about the little boy. So all these words are the complete subject, the little boy. What about the little boy? The little boy, he likes to eat cookies. So likes to eat cookies is the predicate. Karen ran down the street. Whose the sentence is about? It's about this girl. Her name is Karen. So Karen is the subject. So all the other words are the predicate. Ran down the street is the predicate. My mom is a lawyer. Who's the sentence is about? It's about my mom. What about her? She is a lawyer. So is a lawyer is the predicate. My dog's name. What about her? What about your dog's name? Is Lucky. So is Lucky is the predicate. So the sentence has a subject and a predicate. The subject is the sentence part that tells whom or what the sentence is about. All the words in the subject are called the complete subject. The predicate is the sentence part that tells what the subject is or does. All the words in the predicate are called the complete predicate. Now let's find the subject. Let's find both of them, the subject and predicate. We find knowledge in many places. We is the subject. Find knowledge in many places is the predicate. So we is the subject. Find knowledge in many places is the predicate. So we is the subject. All the other words are the predicate. The students in our class ask lots of questions. Whose the sentence is about? It's about the students in our class. All these words are the subject. And all the rest are the predicate. Ask lots of the question is the predicate. Don't forget the predicate should have a verb and it's usually in the beginning of the predicate, like here ask or find. So the first part of the sentence is the subject, and the second part is the predicate. Not all the time, but most of the times or often. Okay. Here, the library has books about many subjects. Whose the sentence is about? It's about the library, or what, not who. What's the sentence is about? It's about the library. What about the library? It has books about many subjects. This is the predicate. So the library is the subject. Now find the complete subject of each sentence again. Teachers help students with their lessons. Teacher is the subject. Help students with their lessons is the predicate. So, books about animals are my favorite. Where is the subject, or what's the sentence it's about? It's about books about animals. So, books about animals is the subject. Are my favorite is the predicate. Let's see. We have more practices to solve. Find the complete predicate of each sentence. The class studied well. So the subject is the class. Studied well is the predicate. So where is the predicate? Studied well. The school librarian knows all about caves. Whose the sentence is about? It's about the school librarian. So the other part is the predicate. Knows all about caves is the predicate. James read about pirates. James is the subject. Read about pirates is the predicate. Find the complete predicate of each sentences again, or of each sentence. Let me erase these lines. People learn about animals at the zoo. Who's the sentence it's about? It's about people. What about the people? They learn about animals at the zoo. So the first part here is the subject, and the second part or the other part is the predicate. So learn about animals at the zoo is the predicate. The garden has many kinds of trees. What's the sentence is about? It's about the garden. So the garden is the subject. Has many kinds of trees is the predicate. Now again, the last questions here. Identify the subject, then identify the predicate. Let me erase here. The monkeys played in the trees. The monkeys is the subject because the sentence is about the monkeys. Played in the trees. I think it should be on the trees. Played on the trees, or it can be in the trees, but I think on the trees better because they cannot get inside the trees. Okay, played on the trees is the predicate. They jumped from branch to branch. So who's the sentence is about? It's about they. They, that mean the monkeys, jumped from branch to branch is the predicate. Now let's solve in our books. Get your grammar books